People of the internet, welcome back. My name is Leech as always, and today we have another movie reaction. This time, this is something completely different. It's a Godzilla movie, but not any Godzilla movie, not the newest one, no. The total exception, it's the first one. I haven't seen this one. I've seen quite a lot. I guess I've seen maybe 12, 14 different movies. Also some from the Showa area. Showa is the first area. But I actually haven't seen the first two because I always hesitated because they are black and white and they're old. But somehow now I just want to watch it. So I tried to find it online and I have only found it in a German dub version, which is also shorter than the original. And I'm not interested in actually watching a shorter version of the original. I want to see the original, so I had to really dig deep. And then I found the original Japanese uncut, but with English subtitles. And we are going to watch this one. And I'm really looking forward to it. All I know about it is Godzilla is really cranky in that, and he's still a really badass before he actually becomes this this figure between always. Maybe he's for the humans, maybe he's not, and so on and so forth. That's the thing that actually made him go like this all the time, because the movie makers didn't know what they wanted. And what I also know about this one is that they tried it for the first time with a real rubber suit, and it looks fantastic. And the miniature work should be really, really gorgeous in this movie. Because of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and as far as I know, the director was in the ruins at that time and actually watched or saw the ruins, and that inspired him to make a monster, Gojira in that case. I really think I will enjoy this one. So it's from 1954, which is quite a long time ago. From now, this is 67 years ago. So we're watching a movie. Man, this is really old. Man, I'm getting really old too. But that is not the case. I'm looking forward to it. And maybe I can pick up some stuff that I can explain, because I like miniatures. And maybe I can give you some information about how they shot that stuff when I actually see it. I don't know. Hopefully I can actually see something, because this is not even SD, I guess. I think it's, it's 4:3. Which is common in the earlier stages, and up until HD actually made its way, or the HD ready format came on as a CinemaScope version. So it became more. So it became a wider image instead of this weird version that they had in the early TVs. Now, as soon as the flat screens and not only the flat screens, but the normal TVs came on, 4:3 faded out, and 16:9 became the standard. Now it's actually getting more into the cinema realm, like 21:9 ratio. But some smartphones also have 21:9, which is weird to me. But okay, without further ado, get yourself something to eat, something to drink, and let's watch the first Godzilla movie together. Oh, that is cool. It's the same Tohai logo than in the later ones or in all the other things, just in black and white. That's fantastic. Oh, that's cool. You can actually see how they made it with a moving thing on it. And the Godzilla type is actually something, to me that I've seen so many times that I can actually depict it when I see something else. Oh, they also had the music already in the first one. The classic Gojira music. That is fantastic. It's menacing. It's deep. You know something is coming. Something bad is happening. But there's a tiny bit of hope in it. This has so many feels of new movies already. You get into it. You see, I'm bobbing my head to the music, even though there is nothing except text on the screen. It's fantastic. And the screams of Godzilla. I'm not sure how they made it, but I probably think they used something rubbed over something, a contrabass maybe, and they used some metal over it or something. Oh, that is cleverly made. That was a cool shot with the... So they relayed the SOS message to, I don't know, somewhere around the coast, and now the ship has sunk. Is this a play on the, what was it called, the Dragon and the atomic bomb test that the Americans made on the Bikini Atoll? For an old movie, and we're talking a really old movie, they are cutting a lot, which is great. In a lot of older movies, you have those really static shots, one camera showing the room, and the guys move like in theaters because they're not used to making it more fast, in that case, cutting between it, showing the actors in different variations. But here, even though it's 1954, this is fantastic filmmaking because it's moving in the room. It shows the subject that needs to be seen to focus on the story. It's really great. And it's following the actors. That's fantastic. Nowadays, that's so common. It's even more movement, but this time I didn't know that was happening. This reminds me a lot of the Shin Godzilla movie because there's so much focus on the people, fast cutting, nobody knows what's happening, and they're trying to find a reason or the way to actually see what is happening. It's really good. Very fast cuts. So these are the families of the victims of the ships, right? Oh, they're trying to get in and see stuff, okay. Uh-huh. Normal shots, what is going on, reaction shots to stuff that is happening. It's fantastic. It's really well made for 1954. I'm baffled by that. The music was weird. With this dim 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 dim. Oh, they're blowing out the microphones. Oh, they're showing even those small details that there isn't a fire, but they're making a fire for it. That is fantastic. Smack! Wake up. In that case, Gojira has already existed in the older days, but then he went away and now he's back. That is okay. I thought it was a more like an experiment or was awakened by something. And he seems to be eating fish like in the 1998 version. We used to sacrifice girls to prevent him from eating us. I think somebody saw King Kong before and had to actually put that in. Oh, those masks are really cool. The overall that they just don't keep the camera on it, but they cut between everything. Everything seems to be really well exposed. Also, that is really well done. I don't know if that was a miniature or if that is actually real, but I don't think that is real footage. That is also really well done. You cannot see that one thing is a miniature and the rest is actually a real. Wow. Okay. I wouldn't have guessed that they applaud him. This is interesting. It's interesting from a modern standpoint. You would think, yeah, just send up a satellite and see if there's something. But it's 1954. We haven't even sent a rocket up yet. So, what is that? What are we looking at? Trilobite. It looked a bit like an alien. Why is this movie so well shot? The reveal is so fantastic. Oh, this is so cool. And this must have been so frightening for the people 60 years ago. Cool. How did they do that? Did they really make prints into the sand? Or was that a miniature again? It doesn't look... This is a painting, but this doesn't look that menacing, but still somehow it looks menacing. I know there are much heftier versions of Godzilla, especially the Shin Godzilla version. This one looks... The eyes are a tad too big in my opinion. Otherwise, it looks fantastic. For 1954 especially. I like how they get into these specific details of how he lived and how the atomic explosions made him become even more aggressive and stuff. That's really fantastic. Trying to scientifically explain it, and everyone in 1954 was like, this could be real. I'm not sure, but this is vaguely familiar to me. Has this been shown in another Godzilla, maybe from the 80s, when he was reshot or rebuilt the series from the ground, as they rebuilt the series from the ground up? This is the Trilobite. I've also heard of that before. I'm not sure in which Godzilla movie. In 54, they do have radar, right? It must not be made public. Okay. Oh, I like her. I like her. She's fierce in fighting. Hopefully they make it public. Okay, so they made it public. Awesome. So this technique that you've seen right now with the moving images behind the train car, I'm probably sure this wasn't a train car in real life. This was a set behind it. And then they had a screen probably, and it's called rear projection. They just filmed moving in a train car and projected it onto the scene, probably even from behind. It's really good, really well done. Oh, these are real explosions and real depth charges. Okay, cool that the budget was that high to actually get the military to shoot some stuff. Oh, they said kaiju. That miniature is fantastic. I like it very much. Where are they running to? It's a ship, god damn it. Yeah, that is actually a good suggestion from him. Why is he still alive even though he has absorbed that much radiation? Dr. Serizawa, I've heard that one as well before. Where did I know that name from? Isn't that the name of the guy in the newest Godzillas as well? The old way of getting someone's attention, grabbing him by the shoulders. It's so often done this. I have a slight weird feeling that we're talking about the same stuff that they use in the later Godzillas. The what's it called? Oxygen depleter or something, where they take away his however that works, the oxygen to kill Godzilla. Oh, that one fish didn't want to do anything. He's like, no, 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 no. Is it the oxygen depleter? Because that's the only thing I can actually think of right now when he has fish in a tank. Oh, it's starting to evacuate the city. The music has an ominous feeling, but it's still... now it lost its hopefulness. It's really ominous now. Seeing what he's attacking, or... Jeez, that is cool. That is some fantastic trick shots. It's even hard to achieve something like that, and we're talking about miniatures today, and they made that in 1954. This is really well done. Cool that is not really lighted in a moody way, but only slightly lighted, so that you just see his silhouette. That's fantastic. Makes it even more menacing and bigger. Oh, it's a Connie. Actually, a pretty realistic plan to keep him away. Just build a really, really long and really high electrocuted fence. It's not that stupid. There he is. The music is on again. I really like it. So are they building the fence now, or are they just... Oh yeah, they are building the... But it seems to be... That seems to be the logical thing. I thought it would look more like a fence. It looks like a real nuclear control center. But I wanted to ask your daughter to marry me, and now you're sending me away. That is a big-ass gun. Oh, I haven't heard that in a while. I don't think it's working. Oh, he already has his radioactive breath. They really set the miniatures on fire and stuff. Oh, that must be so hot for the guy in the suit walking through that set. Because this is a real fire, right? I'm a bit weirded out because I'm not sure if they knew that the music is good. The titular Godzilla soundtrack. But somehow they use it for any situation they need some music. Cool. Stop motion. Oh, this is really well done. I like it that he's in the back and that they're showing so much and it's not that weird close-up thingy that you see in a lot of other monster movies. It makes so much for the scale when you have it in the right perspective. Security command code 129. What is security command code 129? This is something they replicated in Shin Godzilla. I like that very much. Those large-scale shots where you see all the destruction. It's really great. It makes him so much more menacing. Oh, that is actually something I wouldn't have... Wow, okay. That was a powerful scene that I hadn't expected. I love the video camera that they're using with the rotating lenses in front if you need something that is closer or far away, like I don't know, a 30 or a 100 millimeter lens, then you just rotate it because there was no zoom function and the cameras were so heavy that they couldn't transport it fast enough. So cool, such small details, I love them. And all the small optical effects that they're using. Smoke in the background, the sparks when he's moving through stuff. Also this one, this is obviously painted on top of the frames itself. It's really cool. Oh, this looks so real. The kind of destruction they are simulating with all the grumbling and stuff is so cool. Oh yeah, fuck. There are lights. Oh, that is cool that they're still reporting. I think it's with the Dr. Serizawa thingy. I think it's the oxygen destroyer. And if it is, I like that they actually introduced it early in the movie and then probably will use it in the end instead of just having a wonder weapon appear out of nowhere in the situation. They thought about a clever solution to that. Tip my hat to the filmmakers. Oh, fighter jets. Oh, and it's really jets. It's not motorized ones. It's really jets. That's so cool. With rockets. And some of them missing. He's really annoyed. So they used one shot 3 times and rotated it twice. That's cool. I like that they showed the aftermath of of nuclear fallout and of the destruction. This is a great analogy to Hiroshima or Nagasaki. Oh, that was also really well done. Now, is she going to tell him that Dr. Serizawa has a wonder weapon? And it's the oxygen destroyer. Awesome. It's also really well done. Cool that they got stuff like that already in the first movie. Really cool. Yes, okay. Yeah, used as a weapon, this would be as powerful as the atomic bomb. It probably is even worse in that case. So the question is, should you fight something terrible with something even more terrible? Or should you break the thing that always goes around and around and around? Should you somehow break the cycle? And they're discussing actually the question that I asked, if it's good to always top yourself. It's really good. It's really well done. It's clever. Cleverness in such a film is really good. They're asking hard questions. Destroy Godzilla, kill yourself. Seppuku. Is it called seppuku? How convenient that right now he sees all the destruction. Oh, that is so cool. How did they do that? Steadicams and stuff weren't invented yet. Is that a dolly kind of thing? Did they have dollies in 1954? How did they do that? I would have loved to know what they were singing. So some subtitles would be good. Would have been good, but... Oh, he's burning all his research. Uh-huh. Okay, okay. That was not a weird cut. Oh, this looks somehow familiar. Looks a bit like an A-bomb as well, with the plutonium round shell in the middle and stuff. It's a really good design for the oxygen destroyer. Guess this is probably shot in a pool or something next to glass, because I am not sure if they had underwater cameras in 1954. I don't think they had. Oh man, the suits look mighty uncomfortable. So old tech. It's a joy to watch it. What is that stuff on his... What is that, rings? There's a number. Right now I don't know what they're doing. It looks like they're going back because of probably Godzilla coming closer to them, but one of them is getting pulled up. Oh, he's staying down there. Oh, he's making sure he's going to die as well. I get it. That was an action. That looked a lot like an action figure and not a suit. Because the arms didn't move. So they killed Godzilla. Oh, that's a great appel at the end of the movie. Really well played message there. Did the world learn from the dropped bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima? No, they did not. Obviously. That was actually the first Godzilla movie, and I enjoyed it much more than I actually thought I would, because this was really well made for it, especially for its time. There were shots that I couldn't actually decipher and see how they made the rolling shot along the children singing. There were powerful pictures. There were powerful moments in that, which I actually did not expect, and I enjoyed the overall feel of the movie. It's dark, it's gritty, it's historical. It takes all the values from the Japanese environments. It takes all the horror that they lived through and packs it into a movie that can be easily watched still 67 years later, which is fantastic. That is a really great movie. I applaud the filmmakers, and of course they made, I don't know, 25 more or so, because people actually enjoyed that series. And know that in the second one they changed Godzilla's character a bit, and in the after that, and in the later movies they changed his character even more, but that was really well made. Yeah, what do you think about the first Godzilla movie? Have you seen it? When did you see it? And if you've seen it much earlier than me, then please tell me your story, how you actually came to see the first Godzilla movie, because for me that was the first time and I really enjoyed it. So thank you very much for watching that with me, and I guess we'll see us in the next one. Until then, my name was Leech. Goodbye.